Breaking news in baseball, Houston Astros have placed Justin Verlander on the 15-day injured list with a right calf injury. GM James Click says MRI results were encouraging and, quote, our hope and expectation is this should be relatively short term. Verlander was injured Sunday covering first base against the Orioles. He is the front runner to win his third Cy Young Award, leads the majors with a 1.84 ERA and is tied for the league lead with 16 wins. Let's welcome in the host of Nothing Personal, the podcast, David Sampson here. First thoughts when you hear this about Justin Verlander?
My first thought is that it could be way worse. When you're coming off Tommy John, the first thing I look for when a pitcher goes on the AL, is it north or south of the belt? And when it's below the belt, I feel much better. And this is a calf injury. They're calling it something, a disruption of the facial, but no fiber, and this is good and that's good. The bottom line is they have a 4-game lead over the New York Yankees. That's who they're really running against now. Their division they've taken care of. Now it's about home field advantage through to the World Series.
So that 4-game lead over the Yankees, not having Verlander for the next 15 days. Looking at their schedule, how much could this affect them also in comparison to the Yankees schedule?
So for me, I'm talking about 3 starts, right? 15 days, roughly 3 starts. Let's say the Astros lose all 3 games. They still come out. If they can play par for the other 10 games or 11 or 12 games, you're looking at losing ground, but not actually losing the lead. So the Astros are in a position where I'm actually okay as president of the Astros right now, thinking to myself, it's okay coming back off Tommy John. I'm not all that excited for him to go all the way through October without a break. We talk a lot about load management. We talk a lot about how old Justin Verlander is and what he's accomplished. So this type of break right now in August is actually well-timed because he will have enough time when he comes back to ramp up and be ready to go come October. And make no mistake, this whole season is about October.
And that was kind of going to be my next question. Justin Verlander, 39 years old. Sometimes if you're in a great position at this point, you want to cool off a little bit. Are they being maybe overly cautious with Justin Verlander when it comes to this injury?
If there's ever someone to be cautious with, you want it to be with your ace because you know that you're going to need him. Remember, Amanda, and we don't talk about this enough, this October is not going to look like any October we've ever seen. There are fewer off days. So there are teams that are going to need deeper rotations, or there's going to be more pitchers throwing on short rest for a longer period of time. So when you're looking at a deep run into the playoffs, you want to go in as healthy as possible. So if there were ever a time to be conservative, this is it right now.
What about Cy Young, David? Where does this put him? Does this affect him at all?
I think we have to see what Cease does and with Chicago, but for me, he's the Cy Young Award winner. He's the best pitcher on the best team, and I don't think missing 3 starts is going to make the difference because he still has the bulk, he has the wins, he has the ERA, and he doesn't really have the competition. So I still expect him to be the favorite. I would not expect his odds to change much in Las Vegas because of this.
Let's look at odds to win the World Series, specifically when it comes to the Astros. The Dodgers are the favorite right now, best team in baseball sitting at plus 350, followed by the Astros and then the Yankees. When it comes to World Series odds, David, how do you feel about the Astros? If they have a healthy Justin Verlander, obviously that may change if this injury lingers.
You know, you look at those top 4 teams and you think that the Mets have the best 1-2 rotation without a question with Scherzer and DeGrom. You see the Dodgers have Tony Gonsolin, and people are hoping that's only load management, but he may have a serious problem with an injury above the belt. The Astros may have the best lineup, believe it or not, of any team there. So for me, when I look at that, I love the value for the Astros. They want to get that second World Series ring and put Garbage Can Gate behind them, and this is their best opportunity to do it. It would be pretty exciting to see Mets-Yankees maybe in the World Series, but I think there's a better chance of Astros-Dodgers.
David, it is all about October. As you've said, Justin Verlander again on the 15-day IL. Not too worried as of right now. David Sampson, the host of the podcast Nothing Personal with David Sampson. Latest episode, they're talking about the Red Sox officially giving up on the season and also about Serena's send-off. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.